This is TWiT.
All right. Someone is always watching me in my house, sadly. I've driven my family crazy with all of these cameras. Before I talk about all the cameras we have here, just if you're wanting to get into the security camera game, there's a few things you should do. First, talk to everyone in your family and, make sure that they know that you are doing this. Then think about some of the features that you need. These cameras come with all different kinds of features, and you're usually paying for most of these features kind of a high price. So think about what you need. Face recognition, if that's important to you, some of the cameras will do that, so they recognize, people who come to your house often, you and your family, they won't notify you if, they recognize your face. There's home and away assist, which is nice. You don't necessarily need a camera in your house when you're away, so some will just be able to tell by your phone or different ways you can manually turn them off and on. So is that something that's important to you? Do you want monitoring all the time or just when you're not there? And then the cloud storage, the subscriptions that we were talking about. How long do you really realistically need those videos up in the cloud? And then what works with your smart home ecosystem? So what hub do you have? What smart assistant do you have? Do you use a Google Home? Do you use the Amazon Echo? Are you all in on HomeKit? Like, those are kinds of things that you need to think about. So I have several cameras here that I've tried out. This is, I reviewed this one on the screensavers. This is the Amazon Cloud Cam. Now this one is interesting because they introduced it for the Amazon service that will let delivery people into your house.
Yes.
And they did that so that you would sign up for the service. And if you were often getting your packages stolen from your front doorstep, then this was something that you could do. You sign up, and then Amazon would unlock your door, and it would come with the lock system. Unlock your door, come in, drop your package off, and then you'd be able to watch just in case, because some people don't feel comfortable with Amazon employees and coming in their door.
Well, maybe they should rethink whether they want them to get in the house. I mean, just saying.
Well, I get all my packages delivered here, so nothing ever gets stolen. So, but I know that this can be a problem. So that's why this camera came in, and right away, there were security researchers who found flaws in it, which were not easy to, it wasn't very easy for hackers to get into the system. And it wasn't necessarily the camera, it was the whole, Amazon Key is what the service is called. And, but Amazon fixed, even though these were difficult to get in, the exploit. Yes, these were flaws that were not easy to exploit. They fixed them anyway. So I like this camera. I think it's $119 for just one. You can get discounts if you buy more. And like we've said with a lot of Amazon products, if you put it in a service like Camel, or some of those other services that will watch the price, they usually come down. It works with the Echo Show. It works with the Fire TV or the Fire tablet, so you don't have to use your phone, and you can just, if you have, you can just look on the Echo Show and ask it to show your camera. That, I think we showed that off last week, which is nice. You can also watch your videos at cloudcam.amazon.com, but this is something that if you link that to it, that's maybe not the most secure thing. Because then you're just trusting the web, because if someone can hack, if they have access to your computer, or if they have even access to your Amazon. If you share your Amazon password with people, not a great idea, but if you do,
should not be sharing passwords with anybody.
Then they can also view your camera. So just keep that, like we said a couple weeks ago in the some people are using these smart home devices for nefarious purposes with couples who break up. And so if you are no longer with your partner and they have access to your Amazon account still, and you've linked your camera, they also have access to the camera. So just some things to think about. It's just more things to worry about.
Yeah,
So then here's the other biggie is the Nest
That's
Cam.
a biggie indeed.
This is the Nest IQ outdoor cam, and it has a super long cable. I can do like the little clown, very long cable. So the best, the way I hooked this,
wow.
Well, because it's outdoor. Who knows? So you can maybe have how are you supposed to hide? Now that's how long.
That's
how are you supposed to hide
feet and feet of cord, by the way.
There are several ways. So this is several ways you could do this. You can mount it on the side of your house and then feed it through a window. Feed the cord through a window.
Yes.
And then hide the cord somewhere. You can keep it mounted outside and drill a hole in your wall and hide it through there, depending on how handy you are. There are definitely things you can do, but I appreciated the cord because you might have it like down by your driveway or something at the end of your driveway, and so it is nice. This is the IQ cam, which means it has face recognition. So once it starts to recognize the people that come very often, you get notifications on your phone. And
do you know this person?
Yes,
I do know this person. It's
so your
my
Nest
mother.
cameras do that too.
The Nest Hello does that,
which
we'll get to in a bit.
Oh, that's good. So this is it's a great security camera for outdoors. I do like the idea that it's not recognizing people. We've talked about this before. Let people know that their face is now in the.
You do have to pay for Nest Aware, by the way, to do the facial recognition.
Yes, yeah. That is
worth mentioning.
Is true. Let's see what
fancy features don't come for free.
Yes. So again, like we said, you got to look into how much you want to pay for this. I prefer the outdoor cameras to the indoor cameras because I have
you
all
trust Gilbert.
I do. I do trust my dog.
I don't trust my cat.
Yeah, the worst thing I've found is that he gets up on the couch.
She's bad.
Yeah, well, cats are evil, but
in a good way.
I have all these cameras to test, and I haven't really felt like the indoor camera just feels more invasive than it feels secure. Like
I also think it's because there's a lot of you in the house, and I feel like with just me and a few people, it's like I think it also depends on the size of your house. I think that's another thing that's sort of worth mentioning. If you've got a really big house with lots of backyard, of course you're going to want to watch what's going on back there. If you've got a lot of valuables in the house and you just want to always keep an eye on them, you can do that too.
Right. Yeah, I think it makes a difference too when you have kids in the house because you're always if you have no reason not to trust them, then just suddenly, getting a bunch of security cameras in your house is going to cause some reason for them to think that
definitely speak from experience.
Yeah, right. And as I've already said, I was not trustworthy as a child. I was
a good child.
But if you have no reason, it's not that idea like, oh, well, I can get a security camera. Why not? Well, there are a lot of reasons why not. Okay, so let's move on. This is the Yi Dome camera. If you saw my smart home tour, I showed this one off. This one is a little bit cheaper. It comes from China. I haven't had any problems with it. It will follow you around. So if it sees motion, it will follow around. It has a 360-degree swivel, which is really nice. And it charges through micro USB, which is good. And you can add, this is nice. So if you don't want to pay for the subscription, for cloud subscription, or if you don't like the idea of your videos being in the cloud, you can use the external storage.
That's right. Yeah. There's external storage.
Yeah. So
that's nice.
Yeah, that is nice. This one was really super easy to set up. It has 6-second motion tracking alerts, 1080p HD with up to 4x zoom.
These are good for if you live with a bunch of roommates and you want to protect you just want a camera in your room. I've really been looking for something. My cousin just moved in with a bunch of new roommates, and I would really like to get her set up with a camera just so she just wants to keep her stuff watched. Yeah. That's all. And I know you should be able to trust the people you live with, but sometimes I know it helps kind of add a little bit of security for some people. Yeah. So it's nice to know that there's a way you can do it locally without dealing with all the hubbub membership. And you can also do the cloud storage for this one too, so you can choose. The other one, we've been talking about kids. There's, the idea of a nanny, not a nanny cam, a baby monitor camera. Those didn't exist. Arlo, they have a specially made baby cam that looks like a toy. Yeah. It looks like little rabbit ears, and you can just put it. Right. But I think this is the one that they're competing with too, because they have baby crying alerts.
So it can recognize if it hears babies crying, then because I guess that's a thing. I managed to raise 3 children without a baby.
Yeah, I was going to say, I
camera,
just thought it's a sixth sense, like for a parent. Just kind of like, oh, my child's crying.
Right, exactly. It is. But not for dads necessarily. Just kidding.
You got a barbecue.
Yeah.
How many more tropes can we throw into this episode?
Exactly. But yeah, it has those alerts too. And I've got one more, which is the one that we always talk about on TWiT because we're all cheapskates, and because it's not cheaply made. You just don't have to pay very much. And this is the Wyze Cam. This is the Wyze Cam Pan. And speaking of baby monitors, Patrick Delahanty, who just had a baby, he uses this. He also got one for his mom, his parents' house. So his mom is here visiting, helping take care of his baby, and his dad is at home, and they have bunnies. They have rabbits. Oh. So Patrick knew his mom wanted to keep an eye on the bunnies, so he put what he got her a Wyze Cam Pan.
And this is why you want to find this stuff that's affordable, that you can just hang out to your family members without too much concern.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's like, it's a camera, it's watching something, but sometimes you need to be in 2 places at once, and it takes the village.
Right, exactly.
It really does take a village.
Yeah. You need when your mom watching your baby, and your mom wants to feel secure that her bunnies are okay.
Yeah, just put a camera on. I mean,
pretty common.
I have the cameras indoor also because I miss my cat when I'm gone, and I want to make sure she's prowling around and waiting for me, you know, and all that stuff. So,
and most of these, I don't think the Wyze Cam has this, but the rest of them have 2-way audio. So I can talk to my dog and say, "Get off the couch. You know you're not allowed there." And
I've done that with my cat.
Yeah.
And she's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yes, God exists."
Our poor pet.
Name is Flo. Anyway, so
I love this. This is $29. The one without the pan and tilt, which is also a perfectly good camera, is only $19. And Stacy talked about this. She's talked to the creators of the Wyze Cam. They've just figured out a way to make it cheaper through the supply chain. Yeah, it's not like they're selling all your videos of your cat or of Patrick's mom's bunnies for the highest bidder. That's not
fluffy white bunnies. Click here.
Although that is, I mean, if I were going to, start a camera, a way to monetize your cameras, selling people's pictures.
Really cute animals.com.
Yes.
Subscription only.
I know that, and then of course, which we already mentioned, the Ring video doorbell camera, which is nice. I mean, most of what we've talked about is, you have all these alarm systems that also include cameras, or they are a smart home hub, or, it's nice to have multifunction in these things. So
I really have to give kudos to Ring, though, because I think they sort of help normalize the idea of a doorbell camera. I mean, I see these things all around my neighbors' houses now. Like you can see the little light up thing. I really feel like they helped usher in this idea of the doorbell camera.
They really did. And it's unobtrusive, I think.
No, it's not obtrusive at all. Yeah, it just sticks on your house.
And then you can set the motion alerts to whatever you want. I mean, if you have when we first got the Ring, I had a tree that would blow in front of it, and I get motion alerts, and then you just adjust them, and
they're not ghosts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, and then you wanted to talk about the Nest Hello.
Yeah, I didn't bring it in, obviously, because it's currently watching my house. But I just wanted to mention it as an alternative. If you're already in the Nest ecosystem and you want to just add to it, and you're already paying that annual fee, then you can get the Nest Hello. It's $230. It has high-resolution 4K video, which is really great if you're into that sort of zooming in sort of thing. It's got tight integration with the Google Assistant. It does pre-recorded voice prompts, so if you're super not into talking to people, you can just press a button and it'll say, "Please leave the package on the floor," in a robotic voice for you, which is great. This is also the system I use that gives me alerts when there's people it knows at my door, because it uses the IQ function. But some of the bummers about it, just to put that out there, is that it's not battery powered. That's something to keep in mind for doorbell cameras. Is it battery powered? Because you will have to look at your wiring and see how that works. It also has limited functionality if you're not paying for the monthly price, and it's not a whole lot of automation with doorbell cameras. Although I think Ring has a lot of IFTTT integrations and things like that. So,
they do. And they're bought by Amazon, so they can also integrate.
Exactly. I have a feeling that's going to grow a little bit more in the next year, though.
Yeah.
I feel like it's still nascent.